Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Renee in the house. And the Kanye West Soulja Boy beef is heating up, Renee. And now there is a threat, a challenge of physical violence. So here's the deal. If you haven't been on social media, Soulja Boy, Kanye West have been going at it. It all has to do with the fact that Soulja Boy, his verse, his song on Kanye West's new album, that very highly anticipated album, Donda, named after Kanye's late mother, was cut, was left off the album, and Soulja Boy not happy about it. So Soulja Boy's kind of been going at Ye on social media. And then when we saw Soulja in Los Angeles on Monday, he stepped it up a notch and he kind of threw down the gauntlet. Soulja Boy, tell him.
Were you just upset when you said you were about to KO him? I was like, oh damn, this guy said he was gonna knock him out.
That's just me having a little fun, you know what I'm saying? We ain't tripping, man. Unless Kanye want to get in the boxing ring, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, it's a better.
I think we make 100, 200 million, you know what I'm saying?
That's a better matchup than Aaron Carter.
Kanye, let's get in the boxing ring.
And square this, yeah. I mean, look.
We handled it, you know what I'm saying? You left me out the album. We got a hit about that, you know what I'm saying? We put the gloves on.
Well, yes. Now, this is a fight I would watch just because what in the world is going to happen? First of all, we all know Draco can tell a story. And when I say a story, I mean, it doesn't have to be true. It could be false. So we know that he can tell a tale. But if we go into the ring and we all watch it live, that would be pure entertainment. But he's not the only one that was mad at Kanye. I saw Chris Brown posted something on his story. Kanye left a lot of people off the album, apparently. A lot of people dropped some verses, and it didn't make the final cut. And people are mad. So if everybody wants to line up and fight Kanye, whoever's mad and got beef, you know I'm here for it. Take my money. I'll watch.
Mine too. And this is a way that there are rules and sanctions, and nobody gets hurt, and then you bury the beef that way.
Kanye can fight. I don't know if people remember, but Kanye got in trouble back in the day for fighting some reporters before.
Ooh.
But Kanye's from Chicago. Kanye can fight.
So are you taking Ye over Draco? Kanye. Are you taking Ye over Drake? Are you saying that Soulja Boy's gonna lose?
Yes. I'm taking Ye over Draco. I'm taking Crazy any day. I'm sorry. Like a wise woman told me once long ago, don't fight Crazy because Crazy doesn't know when they're hurt. Crazy doesn't know when to stop. Crazy don't know. So yeah, you don't fight Crazy. Yeah. Drake, I'm sorry, Kanye has said out loud that he's not rapped all the way. He'll say he gets in trouble. He has to go, like he talks about it.
Yep.
No, you don't fight Crazy.
Yeah, and I think Soulja Boy, like you said, he said some things that maybe a little bit of exaggeration at times. I don't think he's exaggerating at all, saying that they could make, maybe not take-home salary, but this fight could produce $100, $200 million in revenue. I don't think that's an exaggeration at all. I think this would
It's never going to happen, but we would love to see it.
Yeah, hey, somebody out there who has a lot of money, contact these men and make them a fat offer, an offer they cannot refuse, so we can see this fight, because I think everybody wants to see it.
Kanye, let's get in the boxing ring.
Welcome back to TMZ Sports, Renee. Let's run and gun. Let's do it. Let's start with NBA superstar, Boston Celtics superstar Jayson Tatum paying homage, a really awesome tribute to a guy who he was friends with, a guy he trained with, and a guy he looked up to, none other than Kobe Bryant. So Jayson Tatum goes and gets a number 24 tattoo, obviously famously Kobe's number, along with the Mamba logo. And again, these guys were close. Tatum looked up to Kobe. Wears number 10 because that was Kobe's Team USA number. And again, with the ultimate tribute, with something that'll last forever. And I don't know, Renee, I thought this was a really cool thing of Jayson Tatum to do to honor Kobe.
No, it's cool. And, you know, like players, their body is their canvas, and their body is their canvas to show things that motivate them. You know, you see players write their name or write their family members' names on their sneakers and different things, but all of those things are so that the players can build from it. And so if he looks down and sees the Mamba tattoo or the number 24 while he's in the game, I'm sure that there's some effect there. So I love it. I didn't know that he wears number 10 because of Kobe's Olympic number, but that's a really dope thing. So somebody that has that big of an influence on you, I mean, look, he's tatted up already. Why not?
I love it too, and the design is really cool with the snake as the 24.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jayson Tatum for that. Let's move on. I love this. This is my favorite baseball bat that I have ever seen. So that guy right there is Bichette, a young star for the Blue Jays, and was warming up, was taking batting practice on Tuesday as he was getting ready for the Jays game against the Orioles. And look at that bat, a custom Spider-Man bat that he was blasting some home runs, some dingers in batting practice. And he didn't use it in the game because baseball has strict rules, but really cool that Bichette used that Spider-Man bat. I like to see that. That was awesome.
Yeah, you know what they should do? Like, the NFL has strict rules about a lot of stuff too. Yeah. But they have kicks for a cause, where one game where athletes can wear any kicks and it's for a cause. I feel like baseball should do something like that, where players can express themselves through their bats, their shoes, whatever is that they want. And then it could be for a cause or something, because I would love to see more of that. The reason I'm saying it is because I want to find a way that baseball can allow it, because I would love to see what other players do with their bats.
Right. Let the guys express their personalities. And I think baseball did a great job a couple weeks ago with the Field of Dreams game. So maybe they're coming around and maybe they will allow things like this. And you're right, Renee. You make it into a good cause. You raise a lot of money for charity. So that's really cool. And by the way, I should have went to this earlier. Bichette, he picked Spider-Man. He could have picked any superhero. The guy is a big Spider-Man fan. Look at him when he was a young kid in the Spider-Man shirt. So always been a Spider-Man fan since day one. So very cool by Bichette. And lastly, Renee, this is my favorite weird story that we will talk about this week. Michael Jordan, the great Michael Jordan. His underwear are up for auction. You read that right. His underwear, not like Jordan brand. Well, they are Jordan brand underwear, but not like Nike underwear. Literal Michael Jordan worn underwear. These things are up for auction on a site called Leland's. They're one of the really popular auction websites out there. They say, Renee, and I don't know what this means, and I am scared to find out, but they say that there is evidence of wear. I don't know what it means. I have a couple ideas. I'm not going to speculate on here, but these underwear are up for sale now. The starting bid was $500, and 3 people have already bid on them. A bid for over $600. Somebody out there wants Michael Jordan's dirty draws.
Oh my Lord. First of all, I don't understand how they fact checked to make sure they were really his. Like, I know that these auction places do things to make sure. So I'm sure that the story behind who put those panties up for auction is just as interesting as who's buying them, because what is going on here? What's the evidence? Who turned in this underwear, and who in the world is buying it?
This might be a little weirder, but I know who is selling them. It was a guy who was Michael's good friend and like security, and somebody who was always around Michael. And for some reason, Jordan gave the underwear to that guy. I don't know. They are for sale. And a very small, gross piece of me, Renee, wants to buy these things. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Renee here, and let's run and gun, Renee. I love these topics today because Chris Paul's dad is hooping, and he doesn't. His hops just are not there anymore. I don't mean to laugh at this man. He is awesome. He probably beat me in basketball. But Charles Paul and his future Hall of Fame guard son, Chris Paul, took to the basketball court. And I don't know how else to describe this, Renee. Let's just watch Chris Paul's dad try and dunk the ball on a hoop that is not 10 feet tall, by the way. Let's take a look. Oh! That's enough. You just forgot. Ooh. What'd you think, Renee?
I love everything about that. I love everything about it. His dad is hooping, and you know what? I like he might have missed the first one, but he came back and got the second one. I love watching like athletes play against their parents. So that's like one of my jams.
Do you think they lowered the hoop from the first one to the second one, Renee? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Nah, it was the same height. Nah, I'm not even gonna do that to him. Definitely the same height.
I think his foot just got stuck on the ground. He got tripped up a little bit. I'm sure Charles Paul was a fabulous athlete and definitely in his younger days. So shout out to the Paul family. Let's move on to a guy that, I hope can rush the passer. Azeez Ojulari from New York Giants, second round pick, top of the second round pick, got one of the absolutely coolest chains that you will ever see. Let's take a look at this, Renee. This is from our guy Leo Frost, who's a big-time jeweler. Made a lot of chains and stuff for a lot of top athletes.
Is that Black Panther?
Not only is it Black Panther, Renee, but it is a glow-in-the-dark Black Panther chain. This thing is it's awesome. So it has 50 carats of white and black VS1 diamonds, so high-quality diamonds there. It has 220 grams of 18-karat white gold. And again, if you look at this thing, and there you see it, in the dark, it actually glows. Such a cool piece of jewelry. I love this.
That jewelry is A1, and I don't know what the price point is, but whatever it is, I feel like that one would be worth it. Wakanda forever, all the way. I love it, though, because sometimes pieces, like you could see where they wanted to go with it, but it wasn't executed properly. That one, it's like you can see the vision. It glows in the dark. It looks dope, like A1. Shout out to Leo Frost for that. He nailed that one. And lastly, this is the most heartwarming story. It's early in the week. I think it's the most heartwarming story that you will see all week, though. So there was an 11-year-old Bills fan, loves the Buffalo Bills. Unfortunately, this young man was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma and has been battling the cancer so courageously, and he beat this thing, Renee. And, you know, not just kids, adults too, when you beat cancer, you will ring the bell on the way out of the hospital. Well, Buffalo Bills fans, that's not how they do it. They jump through tables. We've seen the Bills fans do that, and that's exactly what little Joshie Hutchinson did. Instead of ringing the bell, watch what he does here, Renee. I love that. I thought that was such a sweet moment. And I think the Buffalo Bills fans got to be proud when they watch the way he walked out of the hospital. Oh, for sure. And I know the Buffalo Bills have like a crazy fan base. Yeah. And I hope that this continues to get the fan base like more engaged to have stories like that, because that's that full circle moment for sports being bigger than, like, football being bigger than sports. That's one of the moments right there.
Renee, have you ever seen Connor? I don't know if we have this, but our producer, Connor, have you ever seen him jump through a table?
I have not, but I can believe it. I was like, oh my God. Oh, crazy. Lord.
So Joshie.
So that's the Buffalo Bills. Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, that's what they do. They are crazy. Look at that. And so Joshie, you're only 11 now, so I like the smaller table and you had the helmet on. That's what you have to look forward to with your future as a Buffalo Bills fan, Joshie. Well, just like you, Renee, you were a basketball player. Now you have a bunch of new jobs. So does our former United States President Donald Trump, because Trump has gone from the Oval Office to the boxing commentating booth. Yes, this is real. You may have heard a little bit about this story, but Donald Trump is stepping in to call the fight of Evander Holyfield, one of the greatest boxers of all time, versus MMA legend, UFC legend, Vitor Belfort. Now, the fight is going down on September 11th in Southern Florida, and Donald Trump will be on the Fight TV and the Triller broadcast. Thoughts, Renee? This is shocking to me. I thought it was a fake story. I thought somebody had made this up and it was a joke. It is not. It is very real. Donald Trump boxing commentary.
Yeah, it feels very fake newsy, so I could understand why you felt that way. And for me, it's shocking. You know, when I heard Snoop Dogg was going to do it, I'm like, you know what? I never heard Snoop commentate boxing, but it's probably going to be hilarious. Kid Miro and DeSuze, it's like probably going to be hilarious. I really don't know how this one's going to be, but on 9/11, it's like, what is going on?
Yeah, some people have been critical of the date of the fight, and especially Trump being there on what is the 20th anniversary of one of the darkest days in American history. My thoughts here It's random, but not that random, because Donald Trump, he loves fighting. He is friends with Dana White. They go back a long time. He used to have a bunch of UFC fights, especially back in the day at his casinos.
Yeah, so why didn't he start with UFC commentating? They're best friends.
Question. That is a great question. I don't know if they're that close of friends, but I'm really interested. So we know Donald is a fight fan, and I'm really interested to see how he does. What I wanted to ask you, Renee, is do you think this will actually draw people in? Well, it's cost, $50-$60. It's not cheap for the fight. Do you think more people will actually buy the fight now because Trump is going to be on the broadcast, or will it turn people off, and will people not want to support the event because Donald Trump is involved? That's what I've been going back and forth with.
Well, I think there's that term, curiosity killed the cat. So you always get one. So we don't know what it's going to be like. And a lot of people, the curiosity of it all, like, what is it going to look like? That might draw people. So you always get one. So I don't think it'll hurt this fight. I think that people are going to tune in to see what in the world is going to happen on this broadcast.
I think so, too. Now, the last thing I was thinking about was what the in the building reaction would be. Is Trump going to get booed? It's South Florida. A lot of people think a Republican state, but really a split in a lot of ways. What will happen when he walks in the building? It wasn't that long ago that we saw Donald Trump at a UFC event at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And remember, this was the former president's reaction when the crowd saw him for the first time. Look, he got cheers there, Renee. It'll be very interesting to see. I'm interested to see if Trump is any good behind the mic, if he is booed, and if more people watch. All questions that we are going to have answered in less than a week's time now, and I'm interested. All right, moving on to Olympic hero, to wrestling gold medalist Gable Stephens. We finally know, Renee, what this young man is going to do in the next phase of his career. Remember, Gable, in a last second, with 0.1 seconds left, won the gold medal in the most thrilling wrestling match that I have ever seen, really surprising the world. And everybody then was talking about what was next for Gable. NFL teams actually reached out to him. Dana White told me that he planned on meeting with Stevenson to talk about a possible future in MMA. But he is not signing with the NFL, and he is not signing with the UFC, at least not now, because Gable Stephens has struck a deal with WWE. Not totally shocking, because remember a couple weeks ago, we saw Gable in Vegas at SummerSlam. He is a big-time professional wrestling fan, so not shocking from that standpoint. But finally, bottom line, we know where this kid is going to go, and it is going to be the squared circle.
Good for him, because all I hear is money, money, money.
Yep.
We know the WWE be offering up big-time contracts, big-time checks. And I love to see that, because sports like wrestling and the Olympics, it's not drawing in the endorsement deals as other sports. It doesn't have that big of a spotlight. So for him to be able to go to WWE now and make a good living for himself, and also it comes off as doing something he loves, that's my jam. I love it.
Me too, Renee, and I think this is smart, because WWE is incredibly physical, even though it is obviously scripted, still really physical. You can get hurt, but with that said, you can have a longer career than you could if you were to play in the NFL or if you were to go to the UFC.
Yeah,
and look, Brock Lesnar was actually, and remains, one of Gable's mentors, and obviously Brock had a tremendous amount of success in WWE and in the UFC. So I'm not saying that Gable will never fight. He might, and I'd love to watch him do it if he wants to do it. But I think this is a great avenue for him to go down. Obviously, we've seen gold medalists in the past, gold medalists from America, have a ton of success in WWE. Kurt Angle was a wrestling gold medalist, obviously went on to be a legendary wrestler. Now, we know that Gable can do amateur wrestling, but does he know how to wrestle? Does he know how to get on the mic? That's going to be the question. Well, there is no shortage of WWE superstars that want to work with Gable, and one of them we recently talked to at LAX. I'm talking about Seth Rollins, WWE superstar. Let's hear Seth's offer only a couple weeks ago now to actually train Gable.
He says he's considering a WWE career. Now, you think that'd be a good idea for him? Would he dominate?
I mean, we'd love to have him. He seems like an incredible athlete and decent dude, and you know, we've had some luck with Olympic gold medalists before, so why not?
Would you be willing to sort of train him up, teach him the different...
I do have a wrestling school.
Right.
Black and Brave Wrestling Academy, so if he wants to move to Davenport, Iowa for 3 months, we'll get him ready.
Oh, that'd be nice. Do you think, like, gold medal Olympics, does that translate, you know, pretty easily into the WWE, or are there other things he'll have to learn?
I mean, you know, Kurt Angle might tell you that it's easy, but it's not, so... he's a special guy. Gable seems to be a special guy, so we'll see what happens.
You think he should steer clear of like the UFC or something like that? And
nah, man, if he wants to go fight, go fight. If he wants to come to WWE, go to WWE, man. No biggie.
And you'd be willing to train him even if you'd be training a competition?
Yeah, why not, man? I'd love a good heavy, you know?
Yeah.
I love a good bodyguard. I feel like you can take care and watch my six, you know?
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you think there'd be some other bigger guys that are a bit threatened by him?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I mean, who knows?
So, Renee, should he take Seth Rollins up on the offer? Seth Rollins, who is, again, one of the biggest stars in wrestling. Should he go learn at Seth's feet?
Absolutely. I mean, they always say you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, first of all. But if you can learn from the best, that's like, usually that's not offered. It's like, imagine Michael Jordan telling somebody that's fresh off of it, like, yeah, come learn under me. What? Yes. So, I mean, I'm excited for him. He has all the options in the world. Everyone's reaching out. So now it's just on him to take the right path that's best for him.
Absolutely, could not agree more. Congratulations, Gable. Absolutely awesome. Cannot wait to watch you in the ring.